What's the deal? What's happening? I'm shooting this video in all manual settings today. The last few videos I've recorded in manual focus. I didn't know the automatic mode mattered when I was taking videos. I thought that was only for pictures. So I took some pictures before recording today, and I was playing around with the camera, and so I was like, oh, I switched the camera to manual to take my pictures. Then I left it like that, and then when I went back to video mode, I saw that the settings were different. I was like, oh shit, okay. I can actually shoot my footage like this. This is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that from here on out, which is just another step in the process, I think. Getting more comfortable with my camera, getting more comfortable with vlogging. Yeah, being more prepared, Being prepared doesn't exclusively look the way that I envision it, right? Being prepared does not exclusively look the way that I envision it to look. And I'm saying that because I told you and I told myself that I was going to be prepared from here on out, cold turkey. When I get done making this video, I will magically be prepared. And of course, that did not happen. It did not happen, but it kind of did, but it didn't. So here's what happened. I made that video and then I started writing down ideas, like in a panic state. I had at least 4 pages of ideas, 1 page of just bullet point ideas, and then 3 pages of just like journal style, article style, written out, long form ideas. And it stressed me out because, within the 24-hour period of me, not straight, but just off and on throughout the day, my feelings changed, right? The ideas changed. They started to grow. They started to grow. And for some reason that throws me off. If I'm existing in an idea, if I'm writing out an idea, it's usually very emotional for me. So it's important for me to feel the same way that I feel throughout the whole process of me capturing the idea. It's very fickle, and I don't like that about me. I don't like how fickle my inspiration is, because it's not good for mass production. It's not good for business to be that fucking fickle, but I'm working on it. It's like that's one of the main things I'm working on. Without becoming the common robot. Like that's my biggest, pay attention to a lot of industries. A lot of things are done the same way, and I think that's because if it's not broke, don't fix it type of attitude. Everybody's using the same machine because they know the machine works. I don't want to necessarily just jump on the machine because I know that it works. Maybe, just maybe I can recreate the wheel. Just maybe I can recreate it in a way that works for me and only me. It doesn't need to work for everybody. It's my wheel. What will happen is that wheel will work on a product that everybody will want. It's a special wheel. And by itself, the wheel by itself outside of the product won't mean anything. It won't have any use, but the wheel within the product is very useful. It's the only wheel that will work for that product. I said all that because I like to talk, but I stress myself out when I don't achieve what I want to achieve, but I have to realize that, nigga, I always achieve what I want to achieve. I'm always looking at the end result. And so I expect the end result to happen as soon as I start working towards the goal, because that's all I see. So that's all I'm expecting. But that's not how it works. That's not how growth works. It doesn't, The beginning stages of growth are not even visible by the human eye. So, thinking the way that I think will only lead a person into disappointment. Being prepared looks like taking your production a little bit more serious, right? Because what I did was I stressed myself out about content. I felt like, oh, my content's bad. I need to be more prepared with my content. But honestly, that's not the problem with my videos. My videos are lacking. They're lacking production. Before I recorded just now, I took the time out to take a few pictures of my recording area. I wasn't too proud of the pictures I was taking because I know my area is I'm working in one of those areas where it's like, I don't want it to be seen on camera, really, I barely want myself to be seen on camera, but I got the balls to post videos thus far, so I might as well try to do it right. And I think the pictures fit. I think this is Confessions of a Depressant. I think your studio should look a tad bit depressing. This is the perfect time for me to have a dirty house. But I have to honestly admit, it doesn't make me feel good to see that, to try to post that for the world, I don't feel like that's me, I don't feel like that's a true representation of who I am. But it is a true representation of who I am, and what I do right now. I think about who I want to be. So I live there in the future, or I live in the past. I don't necessarily live in the present at all. I guess it's good to remind myself who I am at the moment. I guess that's what these videos are all about, living in the moment, reminding myself of what the moment is, because I think I spend a lot of time trying to avoid the moment, which isn't bad. I don't think it's necessarily bad, but everything has a balance. Everything, you need a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's chemistry with this shit, It's like cooking a cake, baking a cake, it's like baking a cake. It's like chemistry with this shit. And now, for my next trick. And that's gonna segue into really my topic for today, which is homemaking, bro. Even with homemaking, there is a balance. A very specific balance that needs to be applied to your home for it to run smoothly. And I'm truly accepting that and understanding that moving forward. I have to keep the balance here. And specifically, I'm talking about having a daily routine of cleaning, having daily routines, period. But not just for me, for my whole family, Daily routines that I do that may not necessarily benefit me specifically. They mainly benefit the other people in my family, but benefiting the other people in my family is benefiting me. So tomato, tomato. But you get what I'm saying. I have to get in that mindset because I'm still a child. You know what I'm saying? I have childish ways. As responsible, as mature as I am, I'm still very selfish. And so I have to catch myself, because being selfish is honestly not the best way to be selfish, if that makes any sense, because only looking out for myself hurts myself, because it just makes my job harder later. And here's something else that I wanted to put out there. Check this out. I was looking at this picture, I'm always on the internet, and I saw this picture of Mike Tyson and some other guys, and Muhammad Ali was in the casket. And, so clearly it was his funeral. And then they had another picture. It was like a painting of Muhammad Ali, walking into heaven. And there was like, a line, like a Soul Train line of people just waiting for him and shit, cheering him on into heaven. Anyway, when I saw these pictures, the first thing that I thought was, damn, like as a human, he was born into this world and somebody had to take care of him, like take care of his body. He couldn't take care of his body. And then when it was all said and done, somebody had to take care of his body. You saw Mike Tyson and all those guys. They had to take care of his body. Somebody had to clean his body out and keep it from decaying or whatever. And then somebody had to put clothes on his body, and then somebody had to bury his body. Like, somebody pushed his body out. A human fucking held his body and created his body. And then that human pushed his body out. That human nurtured his body, along with other humans and shit. And then taught him how to nurture his own body, sent him out into the world. He nurtured his own body for years and years and years. Then he lost the ability to nurture his own body. So then people had to take care of him again until he died. And then those people put the body into the ground. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of crazy. It just showed me that, like, my life really ain't mine. Like, I'm not really here to take care of myself. I spend most of my time taking care of other people, and other people spend most of their time taking care of me. I don't spend the majority of my life taking care of myself. I don't think. I mean, I do spend a lot of time taking care of myself, but I think my life would be better. My life's like betterness. I'm struggling to find the words here. I don't want to spend a lot of time. So I'm just saying whatever the fucks to get it out. I'm sorry. I feel like my life's betterness would be better. I feel like my life will get better depending on how many people I take care of. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like the more people I take care of, the better my life will be. I feel like it's directly related, It's like the more people I take care of, the better my life will be, the happier and the easier my life will be. I think it's related like that. But I don't know. I could be wrong. These are just theories of a naive kid, Confessions of a Depressant. So I know nothing, but I'm trying to accept being a homemaker, because being a homemaker is also a part of being prepared. Having my home prepared is the same as having my office prepared, which is the same as having my work prepared, my mind prepared. It's just all connected. But it starts at home. Home and body. Like, home and body is the same, but it's like, I told myself, I said, out of everything that I have on my to-do list, like, they're all important, but if I couldn't do anything else but clean my house and go for a run every day, I would be a successful man. If I just did those two things out of everything that I'm doing. Like, of course, I need to feed and clothe my kids, maybe take them on a run as well. But school for them really isn't like, worst come to worst scenario, right? If I just can't do anything else, if I only have the energy for like 2 personal activities and the bare necessities for my kids, it would be running, cleaning, and getting my kids out to play. Getting my kids out to experience something that they haven't experienced before. And coming back home and just being on bed rest, I guess, because whatever my condition may be. But when I break my life down like that, I don't know. It's a catch-22, because in a way it allows me to be a little bit more appreciative of what I am achieving. It also gives me a scapegoat, because in a way it makes me feel like, oh, well, shit, any day is a good day if that's the case. I don't got to do shit. I'm too ambitious to allow scapegoats to tempt me. I'm not really tempted by excuses. So I'm not worried about that. I really need reasons to be okay, because I'm real hard on myself. I want more from myself. And so it's hard for me to find reasons to like pat myself on the back and be like, you know what, like, you did okay. Does that make sense? It's real easy for me to beat myself up and be like, nigga, you missed the goal. You failed. Nigga, you're dumb. Nigga, you're stupid. Nigga, sit down. What the fuck is your problem? Nigga, you're never gonna make it. You're never gonna do nothing. Nigga, you ain't never really tried. You ain't never really done nothing. You never really gonna be nothing. You ugly and you fucking stink. And why the fuck, nigga? Shut your stupid ass up, you dumbass nigga. You stupid ass nigga. Fuck ass boy. See how easy that was? That shit just flow. It just flow like. So I don't know. I'm trying to be positive to myself. But at the same time, stay productive and stay getting better. Don't be afraid to practice production and take pictures and play with your camera and get better. Don't be afraid to get better. Cause I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie, boy. I'm afraid. I'm afraid to be good, like, to be great at something, especially when I don't have anybody protecting my greatness. It's just me and my greatness against the world. You don't think that's scary? Like, me being great is, I feel like it's very similar to me just having a pussy. Not exactly as dangerous because I'm not as frail as said woman with pussy. I think that's the most dangerous thing. You get the most valuable object, but then you get the weakest fucking body type ever. You know what I'm saying? It's like putting diamonds on a baby. So that baby can't protect those diamonds. Why would you give the pussy to a woman like that? You should have gave the pussy to a man so he can protect it. Preparation comes in many forms. And I'm working towards the form that I envision. Although on that journey to that form, I'm going to come across other forms of preparation. It's going to take other shapes, I'm not going to get the sculpture right the first time I sculpt it. But I'm not going to get upset with my beginning iterations. I'm not going to get frustrated. I'm not going to get angry. I'm not going to destroy my first iterations. No. I'm going to sit back and observe and enjoy and take in everything that I create, everything that comes out of me, everything that I stumble upon on the way to my destination. I must do this. I have to do this. Otherwise, I will never make it to my fucking destination. And that, my friend, is a very sad and unacceptable thought. Work hard, play hard. That's what I'm going to leave myself with. Just the more that I work, the more that I can get these videos done, the better I can make these videos, the faster I can make these videos, then the more fun I can have. You know what I'm saying? And because there's a lot of things that I would like to do that I don't do because there's a lot of business that I need to handle, but I procrastinate on my business. So then I never have fun. And that's draining. Don't allow that to happen. Just go ahead, get the work done. Get the fun done. Go to sleep. Do it again.